And welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. In this one, I said in the previous, this is by the way the React course I was talking about. In the previous video, I said that today I wanted to show you about, we're going to create a brand new React project, and then I'm going to just walk you through all of the files that are in this file, in this React project. And to use React, we're going to use something called create React app. And this is a package from React, I think, yeah, that basically just allows you to create a brand new React app and set up everything for you. So you don't have to. Pretty much every single React app is created with this package, npm package. And also to use this package, you need to have a Node.js installed and npm. And I'm not going to walk you through this because it's pretty simple. If you, for example, you're using Mac like I am, you just click here, download this package file, and just pretty much do next, next, next. I'll now go inside terminal, show you, and to check after you've done that, you've installed Node, you need to just do node-v to check what version you have, or if you have installed Node. I have, so I'm not going to do that. And you probably already have Node installed, so. And now let's just start working on our project. And to create this project, you first of all open terminal and go into the directory you want to create your project in. I already am there in my side projects, and to create this project you need to do npx and say create React app. Oops. You need to say create React app like this, with dashes and small letters, and then the name of your app. And by the way, npx is just very similar to npm, but then with the npm you install packages, and with npx in this example you execute packages. And now I'm going to say awesome React app. And by the way, I discovered that you cannot use uppercases and only need to use dashes instead. And when I press enter, this command will basically run, and after a few minutes I will have created our React app, and I'll come back with you to overview the project. And the running of this command just finished, and it had, after it's finished, you should see something like this, happy hacking. And then now our project is created, so you can open it by just going like cd and going into this project, and then just saying code dot, and this will open our project in VS Code. So let me now walk you through this project and what it has. First of all, this is an npm project. It uses the npm package to manage dependencies and all of that. So it has node modules. So all of the packages that are installed are, all of the files are basically in this folder called node modules. And if you expand it, you can see that there are so many of them. The second folder is called public in this project, and in the public folder basically you have all the files that are that the browser understands. Let me just first tell you what is this source folder. The source folder is where you would basically type, you most likely only work with this source folder and only touch this and change create files here. And this, all of the code in the source folder compiles and goes inside this public folder. So because React, basically the browser cannot understand React, so all the files should be converted to this public folder, so it can understand, so the browser can understand. Also, you have here a gitignore file that basically is a file with Git. By the way, you have, with this project you have a initialized Git repository, and if you check something like Git status, you'll see that we have initialized an empty Git repository. So that's where this gitignore comes from. It just ignores all of the node modules. So when you make a commit, it wouldn't commit those node modules and some other things. Shouldn't worry about that file too much. You have here a package.json file, which is created because of the npm package we are using. And here you have a bunch of things like which dependencies do you use, the name, the version of the file. Don't worry too much, you'll get familiar with those as we go along in the course. And also here you have some scripts, and these scripts are basically just commands that you can run, and you can run them by, let me just show you, you can run them by doing npm and saying run and the name of the script. This start command or script, I should say, allows us to build our project. And now if I run this, but also this project has set up local development server, so when I run this command, and by the way, this start script just runs this React script module and start, and this starts our app here, are on the local host and on the port 3000. And here's basically our React app. This is just a basic readme, and this is some yarn log farm that I'm not sure what it means. And let's just dive into the public folder. And here we have an icon, which is a favicon, this one right here. We're not going to need it, so I'm going to move it to trash. Also, we have some logos that the app uses, which we'll not need, so I'm going to delete. Here we have a manifest.json file. It just tells the browser some things about the app. We're not going to touch this. And by the way, where our app is starting, the starting file is this index.html, as you may have guessed. And here we don't, of course, have any React code, but what we have here is one div file with an ID of root. Remember that, because that's very important. And in this file, basically, it's empty, as you can see in this div. It's empty. In this div file, what we do is, in the source, we have these files that are called React components. And also, I needed to mention that in the source, first of all, we have an index.js file, which is basically JavaScript. And here, I'm going to explain in depth what all of these things mean. This is basically the file where it just says that we are using here the React DOM package, and this React DOM has a method called render that you pass, in which you pass the first argument and the second argument. The first one is just this app component, and we're going to go into depth. It's okay if you don't understand this now. We're going to go in depth, but basically in the root, with the element of id root, which is this div over here that I was talking about here. What this code does is it says we're going to plug our React this app component, React app component, into the div there, and that's basically how this React app works. And also, I'm going to delete this file because this is a test file and we don't need it. Also, this svg, and also I'm going to delete some performance files you don't need to know about, and they're out of the scope of this video, so I'm going to move them to trash. Also, I'm going to move these setup tests, and also I'm going to go inside, let's just see, I'm going to go inside index.html, JS, and delete this as well, and that's basically our app. And also go inside app.js and delete this logo import because we don't have that file.